Ta-da! Hi guys! Welcome to my video. So this vlog's title is The Korea That I Experienced. So this is all about my experience from visiting Korea back in 2015. It was the springtime and it was just for 1 week. And we planned the itinerary in such a way that we could explore places that I wanted to explore within a week. So I was really lucky because one of my best friends, one of my closest high school friends, was in Korea, and we got to spend time there, and she also got there around that time. So she helped me explore the city, and yeah, it was so fun because it's funny because we got to spend more time in Korea, I think, than we spent time here. Yeah, just because we were so busy back here, and then over there we had more time, and we were so excited to just visit all the places. Okay, so I'll just run through the photos, my favorite photos from that trip. Mostly we visited parks because I love parks. I like strolling around outdoors. I don't really find myself wanting to go around malls because malls are everywhere. But it was also interesting to walk around the malls over there, and even just the convenience stores. So we walked around parks, my favorite parks, and we also went to some museums, and it was so amazing over. Okay, so first let's talk about my experience riding the plane to Korea. So the ticket I actually won from the KTO, or Korea Tourism Organization, was a round trip ticket from Korean Airlines, and I really did enjoy my plane ride to Korea and from Korea to the Philippines. And I got to watch this movie, and I also got to eat bibimbap on the plane. And yeah, I got to watch the clouds. I got to watch the clouds outside the window because I had a window seat. Did I have a window seat? During the plane ride, we got to listen to music. I got to listen to music, and at the time, it was around the time that I started to listen to SNSD and Miss A. So I was so happy. Oh, as well as GOT7. And so I was so happy that I got to listen to my favorite music while on the plane, and I got to browse more artists. So you'll see that in this video. When I finally got to the airport, It was around 3 hours travel, I think. And when I got to the airport, I was so hungry, man. So while I was waiting for my friend, I realized that I didn't have pocket money. So I had to wait for my friend to help me get a snack from the nearest McDonald's. So next time I know now to have enough pocket money changed right then and there before arriving to the airport. So when we got there, it was springtime. So I really didn't get to we didn't realize that we had to have warm enough clothes on. We had to have jackets and stuff. So it was already springtime, but apparently it was a little bit too cold yet to have normal clothing. You had to still layer things like a jacket or a polo shirt so that you could be warm enough. And it was in time for the sakura blossom, sorry, for the cherry blossoms and the plum blossoms. So I was really happy. Um, so let's take a look at the photos that I took during that trip. Let's start with this one. Okay, so this one is a photo I took of a painting in one of the gardens, in one of the structures in one of the gardens, in the royal gardens. And I really found it interesting because the colors were so vibrant. I found that these were colors and hues that I resonate with. I even had the same nail color as the green part. So that's how much I gravitate towards the colors of this art um, art picture. I really love the details, like the cloud shapes, the forms of the clouds, and the texture on the dragon skin. Can you see that? Um, the little blue dots and 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 the face of the dragon. I found it really interesting. So I took a photo of that. And then the next one, the colors that they chose for this design were really harmonious. And I think these are maybe colors that they see whenever it's springtime. And I really want to know more about this, so I think I will study more about this. But one thing I really love, one detail that I really like, are the clouds. I'm in love with them. And I think these are lotus flowers. Yeah? Next up is a photo, a peaceful photo of one of the gardens in Seoul. I forgot which garden this was, but I think I remember visiting all of the five gardens, and one of them was the secret garden, and that was my favorite one, maybe. mm, but this one is definitely my favorite photo because the ambience is so serene, and you can see the reflection of the trees in the little house on the picture. They say that this garden looks really great in the spring and in the autumn time, but next time I will try going there during the spring. No, sorry, during the autumn, because I want to see the colors of the leaves falling down on this lake. Yes, I want to spend time there with my boyfriend, or maybe just myself. Next up is a photo of me and my favorite actor at the time. It was Soo Hyun. I was so surprised when we saw him at the airport. Not him, but a life-size sculpture of him. So there's that, and he also had this handprint. So I took a photo of that also, and yeah, I was just so giddy taking this photo because he was really my favorite star from My Love from Another Star. Oh, I thought I'd mention when we went to the parks there. I found it really cute that couples would go on dates in the park. Some of them would wear hanbok during dates, and my friend said that it was a normal thing there to wear the special traditional clothing going to the park. And it made me think, wow, why don't we do that here? I think it is really nice, and you'd also notice that the people there were the people dating kind of wore matching clothing. You know, the girlfriend boyfriend type of clothing. So this next photo is a photo of me around the plum blossoms. I really like this photo because um, I was so happy. I was so happy just being around the plum blossoms. Um, this was around one of the gardens in Seoul, and my mom took this photo and she was really happy about it because, like me, she also loves flowers. And yeah, I just really love it. It makes me feel optimistic about things. And that's one of the things that I like about Korea. They spend money on things that are worthwhile, and that includes culture. And they invest in a way that encourages tourism and people to make it encourages people to make good memories. So that's the energy I want. That's the kind of energy I want around culture and tourism. So I really like it. So for me, that's the kind of Korea that I experienced. It's optimistic. This next photo is a photo of me in the National Museum of Korea. So this, I think this, no, it's not a National Museum. I think it's the War Museum, War Memorial Museum of Korea. So these were the tanks they used, I think, around that time. And I was so amazed that they had this kind of cultural institution so that they could remember all the sacrifices and all the hard work that they needed to do so that they could be a sovereign country. And that's why, for me, the Korea that I experienced was patriotic because they really did appreciate the help of other nations and the hard work of their people during that time. I actually saw some memorials for the Philippine troops that the Philippine government sent there to help Korea. And if in that moment I was so proud of my country. And yeah. There was this one exhibition part though that really struck a chord in me. and it was the one about the war time there. So it was a kind of installation, and when you walked inside, there were lights flashing so that you could experience it as if you were there in the battlegrounds. And that's something I think that is very important for people and younger generations to learn about your country, your own country, or maybe introduce other people about your country. But more importantly, for the younger generation, I think this is something that us Filipinos can learn from, especially when it comes to remembering the culture and the history. Um, I think times of hardship are things to remember, because that way you appreciate what you have now, like freedom and good health and the capability to run your own country, right? These are things that could be taken for granted, but because of things like this, the more museum installations, you get to appreciate what you have more. So yeah, this for me is the Korea that I experienced, a patriotic Korea. I really enjoyed that. And so, yeah, I'd like to get lost again in Korea the next time I go there. And so until then, I present to you this video. I hope you had fun, guys. I think next time I'll make a more detailed montage of my videos or my photos so that we can reminisce together. So until next time, bye!